You start with nothing but a blank page or a canvas. Or maybe you're pointing the lens without a clear subject in sight. Perhaps you have a song half written in your head that no one else hears. Or maybe your book sits in a drawer collecting dust, never to see the light of day again. This is what the beginning of all great adventures look like. Days where you start to build the bridge that never reaches the other side. You show up and pour your heart into the work only for the abutments to fail. There's nothing for the world to see or applaud. You see the collapsed wreckage and the beauty it holds. That's why you keep rolling, keep writing, keep building your story. Because you don't know how many bents are required to support your dreams that will hold it up against the odds before your bridge reaches the other side. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 20 or 2,000, because with every column that remains standing, you're moving forward until the last one where it all finally connects. And that's the only way to succeed, to keep building, to show up no matter what. It doesn't matter where you look, YouTube, Facebook, X. We like to romanticize the breakthrough, that one video, that one song, that one painting that will change everything. It gives us a high, one that can even temporarily motivate us until it breaks us. But behind the glamour and the lore is the unseen work, the thousands of roles, the dozens of rewrites, the numerous rejections that came before it. The quiet mornings, the false starts, the days upon days where you feel invisible. You call it frustration. Maybe if you're as hard on yourself as I am, you call it laziness. What we need to call it is calibration. The moment you're learning how your hand moves, how your heart sounds, how your truth fits into the world. And despite whatever hack someone else promises you, you can't shortcut that. It's painful to hear that growth hurts because it has to. That discomfort, that knot in your intestines, that's you outgrowing the version of yourself that couldn't handle what's next. That's the pain every real creator feels. The one who's not chasing likes, but chasing truth. You'll have moments where you look around and think, they're better than me. And maybe that's true. Or you think, they figured it out. And maybe they have. I have those thoughts too, and more often than I'd like to admit. The challenge is to not let them derail us or our dreams. Instead, keep rolling, keep painting, keep showing up. That's the moment you decide to stop making failure mean something about who you are. You commit to letting every setback teach you instead of shame you. Because that's the game, not winning, not proving, doing. Staying committed to the work. You're not behind, you're just early. And you probably don't want to hear this, I didn't, but you have more failures to face, more setbacks that will test you and your patience, more practice to burn through, and more silence to sit in until the sound breaks through. Every creator you admire, every one of them failed more than you can imagine, but they stayed in the game long enough to become the rule instead of the exception. That's what discipline looks like when no one claps. That's what belief sounds like when no one's listening. You don't stop because your bridge collapsed. You pick up your trowel and start laying brick again. You build your foundation. Because in the game of creating, there are no winners or losers, only doers and quitters. It's okay if you're tired, if you're doubting, if you're staring at your own work and wondering if it's ever going to matter. Just don't stop. You're still in the game, and that means you haven't lost. You're getting closer to reaching the other side.